Hello everyone, it's Christy from Christy's Beautiful Life. Welcome back to 30 Days of Sketches 9. We are on to day 6. The sketch is created for Lottie Loves Paper and some of my favorite sketches. I don't know if it's the blue and white like contrast of their sketches. I don't know what it is, but I am always drawn to sketches created for Lottie Loves Paper. And today I'm not sure if I'm going to do the full two-page layout, but I did pull in a collection that if I'm gonna do it, this is gonna be the one to work with, which is the Amy Tangerine what is it called, Brave and Bold collection, because I have a whole bunch of photos that are from when we went to the zoo last year, and I have pretty exclusively been scrapbooking our adventure from the zoo with this collection. So I probably should finish it off working with it. And I just have some cute photos that I just love. So I've got these two of when we went and saw the giraffe. And the giraffe is one of our favorite animals at our zoo. It's a very small zoo. It doesn't have a ton of animals. But I don't know. I love it. You can get super close to them, and I think that's the interactiveness that you can get with them is really fun. So that was kind of our favorite. Nora is not in these particular shots. She's kind of hiding like down here, but that's okay. I've got Sean's arm, a little bit of Barrett's head, Jackson looking at it, and me taking a selfie, and then the boys actually looking. So that's one option if I wanted to just turn this into a 12 by 12 versus making it the full 2-page layout, because I struggle with 2-page layouts, I'm not gonna lie. My other option is I've got some more photos here, as you can see, where I pretty much have these two full size, the 4x6, but then I also have them in 3x4 size, and then I've got these ones as well. I think I'm going to have this particular photo be a completely different layout with a different topic, because it's just this photo of Jackson I'm just really drawn to, of him just being my little guy there. So I might not use this collection for that, but I thought that maybe if I went ahead and did the full, these are the photos I have left from this adventure, so it's possible I could go ahead and work with them and do a 2-page spread with those. So I'm not really sure where I'm going to go with it. I also, just in case I didn't want to do that, pulled in this cute little photo of my daughter. These photos of Jackson when he was a toddler with the fire truck, and then Barrett being the Flash. Felt like this one I probably could turn into a 2-page spread if I wanted to as well. I'm not sure, but that's kind of where I'm at. I haven't made my final decisions, but I wanted to share that with you, thinking about it, because if this does turn into a 12 by 12 versus a 2-page spread, you know why. And also remember that if you see a sketch that is 2 pages and you're not a 2-page scrapbooker, just pick the one that you are most drawn to, or condense it and make it into a 12 by 12 to work for your style of scrapbooking. The beauty of sketches. Okay, let me get you on fast forward. I'll stop jabbering away and let's get going. I'm gonna start by doing a border with the 2 pages. I felt like that would probably be a good way to connect them all together. Again, 2 pages are not my norm, so I struggle with them, but I'm giving it a go. I've picked up my photos. I have some duplicates of the photos, so I played with which ones I felt looked best on which page. Now, I'm going to cut out a bunch of strips, and I'm going to lay everything down, and we're going to get to what looks to be the 2-page spread. And I'm going to say, you guys, this doesn't end up being a 2-pager. So you're going to see at the end what happens. I'm going to walk you through the whole process. But I want to talk about a couple things. The first thing is for Adam's Dottie About Flair prompt for today was to use 6 photos. And I had planned that with using 3 photos on the left-hand side, 2 photos on the right-hand side, but then having that little journaling spot and like replacing where a photo technically could be with that. So that's kind of my idea with my photos and working in Adam's prompt for today. I wanted to make sure to mention, if that's something you're interested in, if you head on over to Dottie About Flair,
or the 30 Days of Sketches Facebook group. They both have the prompt list, so you can have a look if it's something you want to include on top of participating with the sketches. So just an added bonus. Some people really like that idea of having a challenge on top of the sketch. So that's available for you. So I have plans on doing that. That's in the back of my head, and that's why I have my photo placement the way that they are. It still looks pretty similar to the sketch, which is great. I grabbed pretty much some scraps that I had from this collection. I am kind of using the same color tones and the same colors for each layout when it comes to these zoo layouts, which I'm finding, which is fine. It all works together. But here is where I'm struggling. Do you see how in the sketch that the photos aren't together? They're separate, they're broken apart. And for some reason, I have an issue. And it's my own personal aesthetic. I don't know. But what I like is when things, so your photos and your embellishments and everything, touch somehow, overlay with each other. And so having this big gap between the first set of photos and the second set of photos kind of in the same line was driving me batty. I couldn't do it. I couldn't make it work. I don't know. But that is, I think, where my biggest struggle comes into play here. The other thing is I am a big fan of a visual triangle. So the fact that there's only 2 circles and there's not a third one somewhere, I think was another problem. I think if I had found a way to add a third circle somewhere, I probably could have kept this a 2-page spread. But my brain just, it wasn't working. It wouldn't let me make it work. So I'm going to add things like stars and butterflies and sequins. And I'm trying to find a way to just make the pages feel like they belong together. However, it's not working for me, and that is okay. So what's going to happen is I'm going to come back live, show you what I'm going to do to fix it and make it work for me and be happy with it and something to put into my album. And I'm just going to mention that that's the beauty of scrapbooking, is we each get to do what works for us and which makes us happy. So just know that things don't always turn out the way that you expect them to, and it's okay. All right, I'm going to come back live so you can see what I do to finish it up.
Okay, I'm going to be real with you guys. I don't love this. So let's talk about what I can do, because this definitely isn't working. And I'm going to just show you how I'm fixing it, and then you'll see that it's okay. Things don't always work out. And sometimes when you're not good with doing something like a 2-page layout, it's okay. Sometimes things aren't meant for you, and maybe 2-page layouts are not meant for me. So let's go through what I'm going to fix and show you what the finished layout's going to look like. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I do like this. I like how this looks. And I'm just going to turn this into a 1-page spread. So I'm definitely not going to like lose these photos or anything like that. Thankfully, I didn't glue these down. I just used tape. So I'm just going to pull these up, and they can be used. I have one more photo of me with the giraffe. So I don't think this is taped too bad. It's not. So perfect. This one, you know what? It's okay because they're already looking. So that's just a spare photo that I don't need. I'm going to place this right here because it kind of matches the color. And I don't think you can actually see what he's looking at there. It's bears, but you can't see that. So we're going to go like that. We're going to bring this in so there's a visual triangle, which I think is what was part of my problem, was I wasn't getting a good visual triangle going on, and it was driving me batty. So I'm good with that there. What do we think about putting this like this? Kind of like that. Okay, I'm good with that. This again, I don't think I didn't glue that down either. Okay. So if I needed something to journal, I don't really think I do, but it's there if I want it. So I'm going to pull that one away. These stars are glued. I did glue these down, so I have to just be careful. And yes, it means I've wasted a little bit of pattern paper here, but I think I'm going to be happier in the end. because then we've got the trio of stars going on. So let's do that. I like that. 1, 2. Okay. Okay, now we have visual triangles going on. What am I going to do about that part? I'm simply going to go ahead and go like this. And it will be fine. It's going to be a little bit bigger than 12 by 12, so I'll have to figure that out. I'm going to have to trim a little, actually, is what I'm going to have to do. So we'll trim probably, well, that's, how much is this? How much is this? We're going to do a little bit more, so we'll have to go like that. Like that. Now there's different options I could have done. I could have trimmed it the other way, but I think this is going to be okay. And I'm just going to line it up like that. Oh, maybe not. I might have to, because that's all the way. I'm gonna have to trim this a little to make this work. Let's see here. There we go. I've got that trimmed now. Get all these layers. And then we should be able to make it line up and work. Okay. It's not going to be perfect, but it should be okay. And that is how I'm going to fix this and turn it into a single page versus the double page I was not happy with. Okay, that was a lot of work to get down to a single page when I was working really hard. But again, sometimes that's just the way it goes. Obviously, I know, I mean, I wasn't really fulfilling the Adam's prompt with 6 photos anyways, because I was cheating with that spare, like replacing this with a photo. But I'm so much happier with it looking like this. And sometimes some people are like, it's done, I don't care, I just want it in my album, it's telling the story, I don't really care. However, it bugs me, and so I would have eventually just taken it out and re-scrapped it otherwise. So at least now I'm happy with this, and I can just continue on with some more sketches. So thanks so much for watching. I apologize, this is a bit of a longer video, but keeping it real for you. I'll see you all again tomorrow. Bye everyone.